couch recording, alright. So, you had said you wanted to stay up in your room until Mary got back, right?
Yeah, I wanted to stay up as long as I could. Yeah.
Fair.
Uh, until he got back. If I end up falling asleep, if it was so long that I would have ended up falling asleep, then chilling.
Yeah. Are you
But,
staying in your room or the room assigned to him?
I'll stay in my room. How far are the two?
Like, literally across the hall from each other.
Oh, that's convenient and nice of them to do. Um, I'll stay in my room, but I'll just listen. Because I'm pretty sure I have better hearing and perception based on hearing now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, you stay up. You eventually hear the sounds of your friends and companions off to bed for the night, finish their pacing, get into bed, rest.
Yeah.
Um, and eventually, roughly 2.5 hours from the last time you saw him, you hear boots down the hall, uh, and hear the door across from you open.
Okay. I will get up
Mm-hmm.
from my seat that I probably took on my bed. Um, and I will quickly open the door uh, to see if it's Mary.
Yeah, it slides open with a faint hiss, and you see entering the room across the way is a very tired looking Carly, who kind of falters at seeing you, looking a bit unsure.
Uh,
Hey,
hey.
sorry, did I wake you up?
No, I was already awake. If I'm being honest, I was uh, I was kind of waiting for you actually.
Do you want to talk?
I was hoping to, yeah. Well, mostly I was just kind of wanted to check in on you and make sure that you were doing all right. You seemed a bit tense last I saw you.
He glances back down the hall, uh, and then crosses the hallway and kind of gestures to the room beyond you. Can I come in?
Yeah, of course. Uh, I'll pull him in and close the door.
Mm-hmm. How do you pull him in? I'm kidding.
By the arm.
Alright. When the door is closed, he kind of fiddles with his fingers a bit and then moves and sits on your bed. I'm sorry again about all of that. That's really not how I wanted it to go down.
Well, she didn't really seem to given it went down, so don't apologize for her sake, because definitely was her fuck up, not yours. I probably would have liked it a little bit more softballed to me as well, but I also would prefer it if the world didn't end, and I guess at this rate we can't all have what we want individually.
Yeah. She's. She's not bad. It's just. She likes for things to be done her way and for her to decisions on when things should happen. And I think that she just wanted to feel in control of a situation that she had created in the first place, you know?
Yeah, I guess I get that. Being in control doesn't necessarily wanting to be in control doesn't necessarily outright make you a bad person. I don't really give a shit what her intention was there. It was pretty selfish.
Yeah.
Anyone can be selfish, good or bad or otherwise.
I'm not
It's just
disagreeing on
selfish.
that.
Yeah, well, I didn't think you would. Uh, what did she want to talk to you about? If you don't want to hash it out a second time, then that's obviously more than fine. I just,
Essentially just filling me in on the situation, I guess.
right,
Um,
right,
her situation, this whole place's situation, certain aspects I would have wanted to ask her about anyway, so. It, I don't know. There's not really
yeah,
any need for the secrets currently, but of course, if things are successfully reset, then that will be a question of will people lose their memories of what happened? You know, all these things, and she's already worrying about that period of time when we don't even have a solution. Well, they don't even have a solution to get there, apparently, but I suppose that's what being some kind of genius is, you know? Looking 10,000 steps ahead of everyone else.
to me, it just kind of sounds a little paranoid and conceited. But again, I guess I'm not completely there upstairs. Uh, do you do you like get paid for this or something?
I mean, I was adopted. Like, I am legally her child.
Right, but it feels like you're playing a role or something. It feels like you should be compensated fiscally or some shit.
I mean, I suppose in a way I was during the. Feels weird to say the original timeline. Excuse me. But
It's just so tired.
yeah, but now who knows?
Right. Huh.
Now that the charade is done, or what I need compensation for, you know?
Yeah, I guess. Do you think of her as your mom?
Closest thing I have to it.
I mean, you don't really need a mom. I mean, unless you want one.
I don't know. Even if she's not what I would exactly want for a mom, she is what I have, and don't mistake me. She has done good, and even at the times when I was, you know, for years, Harley. Uh, she was good to me, treated me well, didn't restrict what I wanted to do, was accepting, supportive, all the things. Yeah.
Sorry she kind of put you through that.
I agreed to it.
Uh, I did have a question about something. It's not something that you gotta answer or nothing. So, we can just leave it on the table if you ever want to get around to it, or Adar.
That's part of what I talked to Eminence about. We don't know their status right now. Um, they're not in the loop. They were pulled out but went missing. So, I don't know where they are.
Do you think she knows where they are?
No. No. She and Adar, while they didn't get along perfectly, they had deals together. She's the one who asked for Adar to be apparently pulled from the time loop. Wanted to give them missions and stuff, and then while out there in space, Dar and a couple others went missing.
Well, that sure as hell ain't dead.
Out in unknown space where they don't have any experience with the people, the way things are done, the technology. I don't know.
I'm sorry, Mary.
It's alright. What about you?
What do you mean, what about me?
Your family? Elijah?
Yeah, they're all just pod people right now. You know about Elijah?
I don't know about Elijah. I mean, not a crazy amount.
Right. No,
Just what you've told me.
yeah. I'm fine. Mostly. Basically, completely. You know, they're all just in their little pods, living over and over again. You know, so, they're fine. My dad might have to go through being on death row a few more times before anything productive happens on our end, but you know, ain't them just the breaks. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It's like, on one hand, of course I'd rather be in the real world, you know, actually, maybe helping people, or maybe, maybe even saying fuck it all and just disappearing. Maybe that's what Adar did. But on,
I don't
on
think
the other
that they'd
hand,
leave you that easy.
maybe. On the other hand, would it be better to just keep living the lie until the problem is fixed? We'd be safe. We'd keep living our lives. I don't know.
That doesn't sound a ton like you.
Maybe. Maybe I just don't know where to go from here.
Brittany will think for a moment when Meri says that. Does he still look like Harley?
Yes.
Okay. Uh, he will open his arms in kind of a little, like a lighthearted kind of manner. And like the Meri being like, I don't know where to go. And then Betty being like taking a pause and then just opening his arms slowly.
He'll kind of like look at you for a moment and then get up with that clear, like, slow and stiffness of somebody who has just been so tense and in one position for a long time, and enters the embrace and wraps his arms around your waist and just buries his face into the crook of your neck and shoulder.
I thought you were gonna say into my titties.
I mean, he can do that instead.
No, it's, teach their own. I admittedly don't know either. But I don't think that's an answer that's quite gonna come to us anytime soon. If it were my choice, you know what? This might be the one instance where I actually think ignorance is bliss. But with what I know right now, I would also say that ignorance would be a major fucking cop out. I mean, like outside there's like space is fucking out there. You know, do you want to stay here? Do you want to go back into like a simulation, or maybe there's the possibility that
Sorry.
they never fix this. Maybe this really was just the end of the world. And maybe maybe this is the world now. Maybe this can all be the world.
Maybe.
At least right now it's the one we live in.
I don't know. I was so set on the fact that I knew what could be next, I would go to school as Harley and working with the Change Bloods as Meri, and maybe things would go nice with you. Maybe as one, maybe as both. I knew I was being selfish, but
You're cutting out a lot.
Oh, sorry. I was so set on, my life being laid out in front of me. Finish schooling as Harley, work with the Change Bloods as Meri, and hope that things would go nice with you, whether as one or as both, or I don't know. I knew it was selfish, but and I guess I was starting to hope that now that Eminence had somebody new to put all those hopes on, maybe I could finally at least tell you the truth.
Someone new?
Eminence was the loop Eminence, so I guess thus the original Eminence as well, way back when. That shit is confusing. But was all excited to find out that she had a niece. And was talking about making Lacuna her heir instead, considering I'm good with tech, but I'm not at her level, And I just
to be fair,
mind for business.
I don't think a lot of people are at Lacuna's level.
I'm Eminence's, but yeah, Lacuna too.
Yeah, well, it's kind of hard to compete with something that I guess is kind of in the blood.
I suppose so. But I was hoping that would mean that, it wouldn't be so restrictive anymore, that I could feel better about doing what I really wanted to do.
What do you really want to do in that case?
I wanted to leave. Get in the car. Drive away from Fearless. Go find some other city that didn't have all this history in it. Just, who knows, maybe even just live on the road for a while. And I had hoped maybe you'd be interested in something similar. I know Fearless or Devisburg wasn't kind to you. So I thought, maybe even in like a semester-long road trip or something, just some time away from it all. I don't know. I wanted to not feel so trapped.
I mean, who says we can't still do that? I know it's not a road exactly, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of shit out there. I assume as much, at least. I'm not saying you abandon whatever the fuck is going on here. But maybe you could, use a break maybe out from under the thumb of Miss Thang. Might not be a bad idea. Though admittedly I'm not known for the greatest.
So what, we don't even join up with this initiative thing? We just go?
Yeah, I mean, they said we didn't have to join. They even said they'd give us money if we wanted to leave. I don't exactly know what kind of funds they use out here. Like I don't know shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't have the brightest ideas all the time, but maybe it might make you a little bit happier than whatever you're contending with right now. Maybe I could make you a little happier than with whatever you're contending with right now, at least.
Yeah. Maybe I've just got a selfish streak, but I don't know if I'm ready to be here and be worrying about the world. I think I at least need some time to sort myself, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, you haven't even graduated college yet. How could you be ready to worry about the whole fucking world?
Yeah. Here I am talking on and on about me. What about you?
What about me?
I mean, you've hinted and said, leaving, but would you really be alright with doing that?
Yeah, I don't want to be here. Like, fuck, I want to be here trapped on wherever the fuck we are. Threefold? Fuck. With
They mentioned sending people out into space to investigate things. My mom said that apparently there's mysteries out there connected to what was done to our home. We could always, go do our own thing, yeah, but also maybe, I don't know, it feels wrong to just peace out and leave behind people here, but I can't do this atmosphere all the time, that's for sure, much less go into the loop to investigate or something.
yeah, I might need a bit of a reprieve until we get to that point.
Yeah.
Maybe someday, just not today, and sure as fuck not tomorrow. Yes, yeah.
Gesundheit.
Thanks.
So space, huh?
Final Frontier, I hear.
Yeah?
Maybe.
You always
I
been
don't know.
interested in space?
Not particularly, but I think that maybe I got there eventually. I will admit to maybe reading about some of your mother's technological advances in a few journals, but I didn't think I'd actually ever end up there, my kind don't live nearly as long as some other folks do.
Well, then we'll have to go and see as much as we can before you get old and decrepit, huh?
Yeah, before I bite it.
Do you mind if I spend the night here?
I don't mind at all. If you hadn't asked, I'd probably have done my own asking.
He kicks off his boots and, without another word, just like flops straight back onto your bed. Probably looking as exhausted as you feel.
Yeah. I'll get up in there.
Get up in there.
Yeah, I'll get up in there. I'll take my fucking shoes off. And I want the wall.
Yeah.
So I'll like flop over top and
Climb
rotate
over
the
him.
wall. Yeah, I'll climb over this guy. Hi, Ned. You've encountered me in a moment of
Emotional vulnerability.
emotional vulnerability.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm gay now.
As you climb to the wall and try to figure out which direction you're laying, he tugs the back of your shirt, and like presses up against your back and wraps his arms around your waist. He is
Ned,
spooning
I'm in
you.
love. Oh my god, I'm gay.
Oh my god.
I
Homosexual
I
behavior.
allow myself to be super spoon.
Super spoon.
Super spoon. Ned, we're gay and we're gonna run away together. The end.
The end. Could Benny really leave behind his special soup buddy?
Exactly. That's the question.
His new moth friend?
Yeah. Man. Okay, I gotta go in like 20 minutes.
Fair. Well,
So show me this game mode.
end it there.